What's up everybody, Seth K Bani here. Today I'm going to show you how to create this epic church flyer in Photoshop. Let's start with Photoshop. Let me show you how to do it real quick. Alright, so Control N, let's create our new document, and then you're going to use the size I'm using often. Let's set here to pixels. Let's set this size to 2000. Watching my videos often, you realize I use 2000 a lot, and then I'm going to set the resolution to 300, and then I'll click on create. Also, I'd like to go to views, and I'll go to new card layout, and then I'll set here to 4, and then I'll click on OK. I'm going to start off with a background, and so with the background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a solid color, and I'm going to click on the solid color. I'm going to give it this color. Alright, and I'll click on OK. Second thing is I'm going to bring an image that we are going to be using. I'm going to use this one, and I'll drag it into Photoshop, and I'll release it there. Also, I like to hide this side. Alright, make it a little bit more bigger. Okay, and I'll click on OK. Now what is going to happen is I don't want the colors to feature in the design, and so I'm going to rasterize it. Okay, and then I would go to image, and I'll go to adjustments, and I'll go to desaturate colors. Good, and then I'll come back to it again. I'll convert it to a smart object. Then I'll go to filter, and I'll go to blur, and I'll go to radial blur, and this I'll set it to 40, and I'll click on OK. Alright, so I'll go to the blending modes, and I'll set it to darken as well. Good, and then I believe this is far better. Also guys, I like to give it a mask, and then now let's click on our brush tool. Let's go and use a soft round brush. Set here to color black. I'm going to show you how to mask for once, and then you'll be able to do it throughout. I'll click over here, guys, set it to color black, the opacity and the flow 100, and then click on the middle there. Alright, increase it a bit and click on the middle there. Create a new layer, and then I'll come and pick there a bit up there, and then hit there twice. Now I'll also come to this side, that's the blending modes, and then I'll set it to linear dodge. Okay, and then I'll increase it a bit more. Control Alt Shift and then E to merge everything to one layer. I'll right click it, and I'll convert it to a smart object, and then I'll go to camera raw, that's filter here, camera raw filter, and that's where you're going to do most of what we want to do. I would go here to the basics, and then I'm going to set the sharpen. Let me see what we are looking at is not here. Let's go all the way to details, and then I'm going to boost the sharpen up to 100. I'm going to close it, and I'll go to effect, and I'll boost the grains up to 40, and then the vignette I'll bring it down to around 40, and then I'll click on OK. Okay, so there I'll duplicate this. Okay, and then drag it up there a bit more again, and then I would reduce the opacity a bit. Okay, so I believe we have a background now, nice background. Okay, so we can put everything in a group now, and we're going to call it background. All right, so let's call it background BG. Also, we want to bring in our theme in there, guys. Now the theme, I'm going to use this particular or this specific 3D text that I made a video about some time ago. Now I'm going to leave a link to this also in the description, so that you'll be able to use it. Okay, so what is going to happen is I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to don't resolve, I'm going to double click it, and then OK, and then I'm going to click on type load. Okay, now the font I am going to also use is different. It's going to be Kalisga. Okay, Kalisga. All right, and then let's make it very small. The fonts, everything is going to be in the description for you. Okay, so guys, there's it. Alright, so there's it, and then Control S to save it. I made a video on how to get this, and so guys, you should be able to get it. So there's it. Now I'm going to mute the background nicely. Text effect, let's see. Okay, light, let's see, title. I'm going to take the title from there. So this is all I just want to is what I'll leave. I'll click somewhere here, and then Control Alt Shift and E to merge everything together, and then I'm going to right click it, and then convert it to smart object. Okay, and then now I am going to click on my move tool, and I'm going to move it all the way into the composition I'm trying to create. Good, Control T, and then let's Guys, I think you are following me, right? I also want to keep it in the middle as well. Now you also want to clean around it. I'll create a mask, and then I'm going to use a soft round brush, and then I'm going to mask around it. So that is it. That is it for this one. Now also we want to put it in a group. You want to call it Lord. Yes, Lord. Okay. And then you want to bring the other text type over here, and then let's go and bring help, and then let's type over there. Now help, you're also using the same font, Kalisga. Okay, let me close this one. We don't need it anymore. We're going to use Kalisga. Okay, and then let's make it all caps, and then let's resize it. Okay, so double click it, and then let's give it a few effects. Let's go to gradient overlay and click this side. We're going to give it this color code. Alright, so that's the color code we are going to use for that side, and then this side we're going to use this color code, and then we're going to click on, okay, we're going to click on align with layer. We're going to set this side to let's see, radial, guys, normal, opacity 100%. Use the such settings that I'm using over here, everything like this. The effect only applies to this side. Click on, let's see, yeah, click on OK. Move it somewhere. Click on your move to move it somewhere here. Now also you want to click there and type me, and then let's drag it somewhere here. And you also want to go and pick this one. You just want to keep it more artistic. Okay, so you want to express yourself nicely on the canvas and use your imagination as well. So that's what you're trying to do. That is basically all we are trying to do. Send this one up there, and I want to keep the me color white so that the contrast is really going to be very, very good. I believe this is way better. I could resize it more. Now these two, Control T, you want to make sure it also falls in the middle of the whole thing. And so we can put everything in a group now, and then we're going to call it theme. Let's also type here, and then let's go and pick this. It's also part of the theme. Type over there. We are going to use a different font for it. We're going to use Montserrat for that one. Montserrat. Okay, and then also let's keep the font very small, really small. Guys, now use everything that I'm doing over here, okay, so that you will not find yourself wanting. Alright, so you can apply the same settings I'm using. Okay, now Control H to hide your stuff. So that is it. So there is it. Okay, I'll also drag that one inside again. So that is it. But what I want to do is, now I want to bring in the image so that I'll better understand what I'm trying to create, or get a feel of what I'm trying to do. So I'll bring the image in there, and then let's try and resize it. Okay, so now the image, normally what I try to do is keep the image in the middle, but the way this image is, you want to keep just the head closer to the middle. This one makes sense. Alright, and then once this is done, we can put this one in the group and then call it image. But then this image doesn't look too much epic. We want to make it very, very interesting. So what you're going to do is you're going to convert it to a smart object, and then you're also going to go to filter. You're going to go to camera raw filter, and then let's apply some few settings over here. Okay, so we're going to go to this side. Let's boost basics up a little bit, and then let's go to detail, and then let's boost the sharpen up too. And then that is it, guys. That is it. Just click on OK. Now I feel like there's a gritty and grainy effect in there. It looks very sharp, and I like this so far. You also want to go to curves and then add curves to it, and then click on the middle here, and then boost it up a bit more. Not too much though. Great. And then now you also want to go to exposure, and then exposure, you want to drag this side. You also want to clip it to it, so right click it and then create clipping mask. Now you want to apply it only to the face, so double click here, click on invert here, and then click on your brush, and then set this side to color white, caps lock off, and then just brush the face to apply it only to the face, and then maybe to the hands as well. Okay, so that is that with that one as well. Now you also want to come to color balance and balance the colors on the face a little bit. We are still using just the mid tones, and then we are just going to apply this stuff. That's all. Yeah, this is okay. Now we can close it. That's for the image. Now let's bring in the rest of the details. We can type somewhere there, and then we can bring in that, and then we can just double click it and paste it there. Okay, we are using Montserrat, of course, but the font size is too small, and so let's just boost it up a little bit, and then let's make it 0 here. Even minus, we can even make it minus 60 just to make it more compressed. All right, now let's also go and guys, use the following things that I'm doing here. Just do the exact thing, you'll get everything correct. Also make it bold here. Here should be 100, so keep here 100, keep here 100 as well. And then now we can just pick our rectangular tool and create a rectangle around it. Just click on your move tool, click on it, drag it down a bit, and then we're going to double click on it and give it this color code. Okay, and click on OK. So we also want to click on Control and click over here on the thumbnail of the rectangle, click on your move tool, and then click there, and then click there. Okay, so let's see, click here. Oh, sorry, select this one, click here, and then click here. Okay, so that is it. Now we can put it in a group, and then we can call it date. Okay, so now we can duplicate it, and then we can also drag it towards this side. Now guys, the theme, we can also move it up a bit more, and then we can also go and bring in the rest of the details. That is this one, that's the logo of the church or whatever function that you are having. You can drag it there. Okay, Ctrl T, make sure it's in the middle, drag it somewhere there. The date, this one, let's call it time, and I want us to open it, and then let's pick the details of the time, this, and then just paste it in there. Good. And then this, just drag it in there like that. Great. Okay, so you also want to make sure that this time is the same. You can see it has to be parallel. That's the beauty of it. It has to be parallel to that. So select both of them and then drag them up. You also want to Ctrl T. You want to make sure it falls in the middle here. Okay, so something like this. You can see it falls in the middle there. That is what we are looking for. We want to keep the flyer balanced. We want to keep it balanced. That is what we are trying to do. Now you can click on it and go and pick a different color, maybe some reddish in here, and then that is it. Alright, now we can close it. You can also click somewhere here and then come and pick the telephone number and then paste it there. Great. Click on your move tool and just move it around a bit. Now remember guys, we are using Montserrat for all these stuff. Okay, and so Montserrat for all these stuff. Okay, keep the settings like this and then duplicate it, move it up a bit more, and then go and pick join us via WhatsApp. Double click on it and paste it. Okay, but this has to be really small because it's not really going to fit in there. So maybe you let's give it a smaller font, and then also you don't want to make it too bold, so let's make it maybe somewhat medium. Now apply the same settings I'm using here. Alright guys, now everything, just keep everything like this, nicely put. Maybe let's make this 100. Alright, and then you can create a rectangle around it now. Okay, that is how normally I like to do it. I put a text there first and then I create a rectangle around it. Now the rectangle, you can double click it and then come and pick the dark greenish in there, and then now let's zoom in and try and fit everything in that rectangle nicely. Okay, so we can push these two So I feel like this is good. We can put it also in a group and call it WhatsApp. And then we can also drag it up like that. And then maybe even drag it here. Okay. So also let's type here and then let's pick the name of the pastor. I'll pick all these three and then I'm going to paste it there. Now click on your character and then we are going to fix the settings over here. Use the exact settings I'm using here, guys. Okay, now here also I'm going to use 9. Okay, maybe 9.8. Just play around with it. Let's play around with it. Also, I would like to go there and then maybe make it left aligned. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll create a rectangle, create a very thin line like that. Stroke of fill to white. And then move it there. Now also with the pasta, I'm going to apply these settings to it. Everything is going to be like this. Okay, but then I'll double click it and then I'll go to the pasta here. I want to make it bold and I also want to make it color red. And then you also want to duplicate it and then type width, and then you also want to move it up. Now let's drag this there. We want to keep everything on that line. Okay, so width should be much smaller. Okay, and then let's pick our rectangle and then let's create. Okay, good. And then let's double click it. Let's choose the reddish color for it. Let's drag the width on top of it. Hold Control and click on the rectangle. Now select width over here. Click on your move tool and then you know how to do it. Click there and then click here. Okay, Control D to deselect it. Change the color to color white to make it more visible. And then also you don't want to make it too bold, so you want to go and then make it medium. Nice. Okay, so that is width. Alright, so now you also can go and bring in an icon for live streaming. You want to resize this. And guys, you can see I'm keeping everything on a straight line. You can see that. So that is what you also have to do. Put it all in a group and then call it name. And you also want to drag it up there. I'm trying to keep everything balanced, the flyer itself balanced. So I feel like this is way better. If it's not balanced for you guys, you can explore it and see how you can get it balanced because it's art. So it's now time to make it glow a little bit more. So let's create a layer and then I'll come and then pick yellowish color there, light one, and then caps lock off and then paste somewhere here and then set it to linear dodge. Okay, click on my move tool and then never underestimate the power of glow. Never underestimate it. Duplicate it again. This time just push it, make it smaller and push it towards that side, the me there. Duplicate it again and then push it towards the shoulder here. Duplicate it again and then just keep it on the hair. Okay, the hair there. Duplicate it again and just keep it somewhere there. But then you want to reduce the opacity to make it blend in nicely. Okay, so let's put it all in a group and then let's call it glow. We're done with the glow. So it's also time to bring in some blurs as well. And the blur we are going to use just a few steps. We're going to use this WhatsApp icon. And the reason why you're using WhatsApp icon is because this flyer is about WhatsApp and then the Facebook live event. So that's what you're trying to do. Now you want to go to filter, you want to go to blur, you want to go to motion blur. Okay, and then the angle here, you want to set the angle here to 31. You can see it goes like that. Then the distance here, you want to set it to 67, and then click on OK. Now you can set the opacity down a bit, maybe around 69 or 60 something. Okay, duplicate it, and then this time I want you to flip it horizontal, and then flip it vertical as well. Let's flip it 360. Good. I just want this side to show. That's all I was trying to do. And then I'm going to boost it all the way to 100. Okay, I want this side to show. Good. And then let's also bring in our Facebook icon, and then let's drag it. Now these are the minute things that make your flyer epic. Okay, the blur, the motion blurs, adding them to icons, and then also, so hold Alt and then just click on the motion blur and drag it all the way to duplicate it on it. Okay, so that is it as well. Now these are the stuff that make your flyer epic and a little bit more interesting. So they are minute things, but they go a long way to help you. Okay, let's rotate it. Okay, and then let's go to the blur here, and then let's just click on the middle there. Set here to color black. Click on the middle here. That is all. Put it in a group, and then call it motion blurs. So we're done with the motion blur, and I'm not really happy with this. Okay, I feel like the time and the date should come a little closer to each other. Okay, so time and date, Control T, Control H, and then let's keep it in the middle again. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this is way better, way better. All right, so now let's merge everything together. So Control Shift Alt and then E to merge everything together. Right click it and convert it to a smart object, and then let's go to filter. Let's go to camera raw filter again. Now we are going to apply a few settings over here. Okay, so let's go to the basics. Let's boost the temperature up a bit. Now let's go to details. Let's go to sharpen. Then let's go to distort. Let's go to optics. Let's drag the distort down just a little bit. And then the vignette also, let's increase it just a little bit. And guys, that is it. Just like that, you just created an epic flyer. Okay, but we can do one more thing to it. Now this is just me. Okay, I just like to add more meat to it. Okay, so I just hold shift and create a very small box like that, and then 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then just move it across each other like that, and then select all of them, click on my move tool, and then come and click on this one. Okay, put them in a group, call them boxes. Alright, and sometimes I do this just to select some colors that I am using. Now you can drag it here, or you can even drag it there. Alright, so the colors that I used color red, obviously, so I'm going to select color red. I use color green, so I'm going to select color green. Okay, I use color blue, so I'm going to select color blue. Okay, I want the side of color blue is not going to show like that, so which color should we even select to make it stand out? Let's use green. We have green already. Okay, let's use orange. Alright, and then now I think we can use color blue now. Alright, and then we can use color white as well, if white would. Yeah. Okay, so we can even move it about like that. Okay, so guys, that's it. Now if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. There are more videos coming up. Don't want you to miss out on any of them, and so hit the bell icon and subscribe. And also don't forget, guys, once you give this video 50 likes and 50 comments, I will drop the PSD of this project in the description for you, or I'll create a new video for that. See you in the next video. Peace.